Reuters is reporting that just a few moments ago, the Israeli foreign minister confirmed that they will, in fact, block Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar and Michigan Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib from entering the country. President Trump tweeted within the last hour urging Israel to bar them. The president writing in part, it would show great weakness if Israel allowed Representative Omar and Representative Tlaib to visit. They hate Israel.
Hello, today I will tell you about a profitable way to earn cryptocurrency. Exactly in 1 minute, we can earn from 10 to 50% to the amount. The strategy of earning is to buy cryptocurrency on one exchange and sell on another, and the profit we will get thanks to the difference in exchange rates on the exchanges. To begin, we will need to go to the site Binance, buy cryptocurrency, for example, Bitcoin. Then go to the Dampo's website and sell Bitcoin on it. After that, we withdraw the received money back to Binance. As you can see, initially on Binance I had 4,000 USDT, and after my strategy on the balance of $5,200. And in this way we can earn many times. The strategy may change, so get in before it's too late.
And all Jewish people, and there's nothing that can be said or done to change their minds. Minnesota and Michigan will have a hard time putting them back in office. They are a disgrace. Again, that tweet coming from the President of the United States. I'm joined now by White House correspondent Kristen Welker. She's traveling with the President. She's in Berkeley Heights, New Jersey. It's near Bedminster where the President's vacationing. Kristen, what's this all about?
Craig, this is an escalation, essentially, of the ongoing feud between President Trump and these congresswomen. Now, first, a little bit of a fact check. Neither has ever said that they hate Israel or the Israeli people. They have been critical of the Israeli government. They recently voted, in essence, in favor of a boycott of the Israeli state over its treatment of Palestinians. And they have made some controversial comments about Israelis, Omar having to walk back some of those comments. But, Craig, look, this comes against a broader backdrop here. The fact that you have President Trump, who has attacked them, along with two other freshman congressmen on Twitter, essentially calling them socialists, calling for them to go back to their countries. You'll remember that. That, of course, sparked that chant during one of his rallies, "Send her back," which prompted fury and outrage from members of his own party, quite frankly, as well as Democrats. So this is one more escalation in that ongoing, very bitter back and forth between the president and these freshman congresswomen. Now, it's important to point out, Craig, as it relates to this visit to Israel, this is significant because you did have calls from lawmakers on both sides of the aisle, including Kevin McCarthy, who said that anyone should be allowed to visit Israel. So this goes against what Republican lawmakers and Republican leadership has said they want to see. So we'll have to see where this goes throughout the day, and we await, of course, response from the two lawmakers. But this giving the president yet another opening and opportunity to escalate this feud with these congresswomen. He sees this, Craig, as a way to energize his base. He departs for New Hampshire a little bit later on today, so reporters will have a chance to ask him about this. And, of course, the question looming over all of this, will he, in fact, point to this at his rally tonight, and will that stir up the crowds there? Craig? All
right, Kristen Welker, who is vacationing with the president. Kristen's not on vacation. The president's on vacation. Kristen, thank you. Joining me now to talk about what all of this means politically. Former Florida Congressman David Jolly is with me, former Republican, also an MSNBC contributor, an MSNBC political analyst and senior director of progressive programming for Sirius XM's Olena Maxwell is here. And so is PBS NewsHour White House correspondent Yamiche Alcindor, who is also an MSNBC contributor. I would imagine, ladies here in the studio, we'll start with you. The precedent that this sets, the president of the United States being able to reach out to an ally to stop entry of a political adversary.
It's completely unprecedented, and it's unfortunate because I think, if the goal was to reveal that, the two congresswomen are wrong about the treatment of the Palestinians, you'd want to let them in and see for themselves. And I think, the part of the tweet that actually I'm still processing is they are a disgrace. because we're in a moment where the President of the United States is calling 2 elected members of Congress a disgrace, 2 who are receiving an inordinate amount of death threats and threats to their lives and their safety. And I think that this continued escalation of framing 2 elected women in Congress as a disgrace, as somehow not fully representative of their constituents, is a dangerous precedent, in addition to the fact that this is an unprecedented move in terms of allowing them into the West Bank to see for themselves what's going on.
I mean, this is an incredible escalation of the president really targeting these women of color. The idea that he can use the power of the presidency to bar these women from the party that most American Jews vote for, by the way. Democrats have the majority of Jewish votes in this country, but the idea that he can use his personal vendetta against them to get them blocked from a country. Also, Benjamin Netanyahu is running for re-election, so he's not trying to appear weak. So there's some domestic politics playing out in Israel, but the idea that the president will, of course, mention this in his rally, but he'll also be able to say, I'm right about the fact that they hate Jews. Just look at the fact that Israel won't even let them in. This gives him fire for his fodder and allows him to be able to make the case to at least his base that he's right when he says that these women hate Jews, even though there's no evidence of that, even though these women have never said that. It's just an incredible move by the president.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.
But just to make sure, you guys haven't spoken to anyone who's voting differently on tabling or not tabling based on if this happens on a Thursday or a Monday, right?
Wait, what?
Like, by pushing this to Monday as opposed to doing this on Thursday, you haven't spoken to anyone within the Republican or Democratic side that says, I'm going to vote to not table because this is happening a few days later.
What kind of question is that?
Well,
How do you know we don't have the votes?
I'm asking if you do, and I'm asking what the point, what the benefit of the delay is.
Well, the benefit of the delay is, that we have a chance to talk about the issue. I mean, if you guys want to go back and write an article about whether your LinkedIn page is holding you back, you can do that, or you can write about this issue. And short of getting rid of the filibuster, this goes to the heart of the United States Senate. I happen to think, and I think my colleagues agree with me, that maybe talking about it for a few days before we take the Constitution and turn it upside down, just might be a wise thing to do.
Well, and
now, I can't tell you that every Republican is going to vote for this. I can't tell you that.
Nor do
you know as well as I do that we have some free-range chickens, and they wander off, and sometimes we can't catch them.
They're healthy though,
and they have the right to be free-range chickens. I'm just telling you, all these questions that are being asked, you're falling into Senator Schumer's trap, because he's going to try to muddy up this water to make it look deep. There's nothing complicated about this. You either believe in the Constitution or you don't.
I will say there was strong consensus.
We now turn to Senator Kennedy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thanks to all of our witnesses today.
Wait, listen.
Professor Sarin, you're a professor at Yale Law School?
I am.
Okay. And I see you've been pretty active on Twitter. I'm looking at one of your tweets from a few months ago, October 30th, 2023. I'd like to read it to you. The House Republican stance is, I kid you not, support for Israel as long as we make it easier for people to cheat on their taxes. End quote. Did you tweet that?
That's correct, yes.
Okay. How many Republican congressmen or women did you talk to before you made that statement?
I was reacting to the fact that, and we've talked about it actually.
Yes,
so
ma'am,
far
but
in this.
first, if you could, how many Republican congresswomen or congressmen did you talk to?
I didn't talk to them. I actually was just reacting to the legislation that was proposed.
You
and
didn't talk to any of them
No, sir.
before you said that every single one of them supports Israel only if it is made easier for people to cheat on their taxes?
I actually don't think that every single one of them believes
But
that.
that's what you
But I
said.
do think that the legislation passed by the House reflects a statement of purpose that in order to support Israel, it's
But I'm
important
looking at
to
what you said.
allow
what your
taxpayers to
students
be able
thought.
to cheat
You
on their
said
taxes.
that every single House Republican, none of whom you talked to, would only...
Hello, today I will tell you about a profitable way to earn cryptocurrency. Exactly in 1 minute, we can earn from 10 to 50% to the amount. The strategy of earning is to buy cryptocurrency on one exchange and sell on another, and the profit we will get thanks to the difference in exchange rates on the exchanges. To begin, we will need to go to the site Binance, buy cryptocurrency, for example, Bitcoin. Then go to the Dampo's website and sell Bitcoin on it. After that, we withdraw the received money back to Binance. As you can see, initially on Binance I had 4,000 USDT, and after my strategy on the balance of $5,200. And in this way, we can earn many times. The strategy may change, so get in before it's too late.
only support Israel if it was made easier for Americans to cheat on their taxes. Now, you said that,
Senator
and you didn't
Kennedy-
talk to any of them.
Senator Kennedy,
Didn't.
I am struck by, and perhaps this is something on which we agree, that it is incredibly important to support Israel. It is also incredibly important to make sure that taxpayers at the
I'm not.
top of the distribution
We agree on
pay their
Israel,
fair
but I
share.
just can't believe you would say this about members of Congress. It's pretty pejorative, vicious. Let me finish. Without talking to them. I mean, would it be possible for somebody to support a reduction to the IRS budget because they simply believe the federal government ought to have a balanced budget? Would that be a fair position?
That
Would that be a principled position?
Except that that actually doesn't work with respect to defunding
But would
the
it be a
IRS.
principled position?
It wouldn't be an accurate position because defunding
But you don't
the
know because you
IRS
didn't talk to anybody, did you?
Well,
you just said it.
Defunding the IRS, the CBO agrees, everyone who's testifying today agrees that that is going to add to deficits, not reduce
Could it be that a House Republican wanted to reduce the IRS's budget because they think that the IRS is a model of inefficiency and shouldn't be rewarded with more money?
Well,
Could that have been a possibility, a motivation for the way they
Senator
voted?
Kennedy, I so appreciate that question because the reality
Could that have been
that the
a
reason-
motivation for the way they voted?
and it relates very closely to what Senator
Could
King
that have
said.
been